Warriors, King Dollar, King Dollar, King for 3 weeks anyway. So the dollar has gotten back to my target zone, got up to that 101.50 level. And that's, what I've been talking about for the last 3, 4 weeks when we're trading in the 97. So exit all long dollar positions and begin to scale. Okay, so I started off with the Dixie. You could go to the room and check it. I think we're starting to get a little bit of a reversal. Um, Still up, but we're getting reversal candles. Sold it this morning. 101.37, I believe. So, already have taken partials and tighten up the stop. So what you're going to do, or what I'm doing, okay, it's what I'm doing, is I'm scaling. Okay, so I'm not going all in on a short dollar today. Taking some partial positions here. Euro, how long have I been talking about that we could trade 111 again? Right? All the way through this. Never gave up on it. Never had FOMO to say, well, let's get in. I needed some type of capitulation day. We could still move lower, but I'm beginning to buy here. I'd buy cable if I had another break. I was looking for about 31. This may have been it. So this is really the key trade for me today is this is a bear market rally, something I talked about all the way through when we took advantage of, shorts in euro up in here. The pound was never any great thing, but we caught some pound action. We caught some Aussie action. Aussie, I'd like to draw your attention to how strong it is in comparison. I still think it could work lower towards 2.5 or so. 38.2 is in here, 260. And I know we played the yen great from here looking for 146. And I didn't short it at 46 when we got here. And that's because I said this. I want to wait to see where the yen is at when the dollar gets to targets, using the dollar to key off of it. So I haven't done anything with the yen, and guys that know my work, I'm not ready to fade an 80 RSI reading. Okay. So it'll have to do some work before I come into that. Okay. And also, we have real estate, we have interest rates, not real estate, gapping up. Okay. The 10 years gapping up. TLTs, it's down about 60. I think there's a gap here around 86.20. I'm almost tempted to cover it because this one I have a lot of company with it too. This was a nice surprise. Um, Getting some nice follow through with WTI. Look at where it's been from last week when I told the Real Vision guy on the show Friday to buy the crude, Monday and put a stop under the low of the move. Huge. So we'll see. This was the last time we stalled, was up here around 64. It could stall, but to me, it looks like we're on our way into the 70s eventually, as long as we hold 59 on a pullback. Here's the S&Ps. These kinds of news days, news events can mark tops. I haven't done anything yet. I want to see how some of these other markets open. And sometimes you have such huge momentum on a day like this that it carries through for a few days. So maybe that's going to be a possibility. Let's see what's not acting so great in the Mag 7. Um, well, gosh, let's see. You got Amazon up, Apple. This is one that I'll sell if we get up here again. If this lasts and we get up towards 220. Meta's up pretty good. Still well off the highs. Google really has been kind of a weak sister, pulling up the rear end. And look at Netflix selling off on this. And I do believe we have some divergences on Netflix. So I don't know. I don't think it's time to get bulled up. For a while, and I've been patient. I've been talking about 124 as a potential short in Nvidia, and we almost got there. So there are a lot of things to do today. My main focus was in the dollar, that this was always going to be just a bear market rally. And one of the reasons was the RSI reading, which you see down here. We really had a small divergence, but a lot of momentum when you're talking about 23. So now that we've come up almost to 80, that if we work our way down and take this low out by 100 pips or so, we could end up with a nice divergence over 30. So that's the game plan um, for the next low in the dollar. I do believe this is 4 with one more decline coming. They got to the gold pretty good, right? They're trying to hold this moving average at 3,200. I think it's destiny. We're going to take these lows out. But really, the big feature of look, silver's only down 12 cents with that going on. And something I've been pounding the table on is gold silver ratio. And we're rolling over pretty good. So we're back under 100 on how many silver coins you could get for one gold coin. Um, so just I think we have, let's see here. Yeah, we're getting massacred on the gold shares. So are you glad I talked you out of them? There's Newmont, there's GDX. They're all under pressure. Even the silver stocks with silver holding up better under pressure. I still think we're going to have a chance to buy AG under this low. Fortuna, and I'm not ready to buy them. See, every time there's an up close, people say you're going to miss it, Dale. You're going to miss it, and I've missed things. So you know what? So what? I'll miss something else. Banks are acting okay, but when I look at all of these things, they still look like wedges with gaps up today, and especially when I keep coming back to Apple and it's confirmed low. We had a confirmed low in the bank. See this? Even the red color. So we have the same thing happening in Apple, and I'd say right now, with a lot of other equities taking out their highs from a few weeks, Apple isn't. It's a weak sister, and I keep coming back to this intense selling pressure that it had before it turned. So I'll be looking at Apple if we get to 220. Maybe I should be doing it right here. This is the 50% mark right here. You can see on the daily. So Apple and Nvidia are a couple of potential candidates for me to look for some shorts. Maybe it's going to be on turnaround Tuesday. So I'll see you in the room. That's where things are posted. That's where Mike's showing option sweeps, etc. I don't know what's happened to the dailies here. Uh, anyway, everyone have a good day trading. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Maybe the weekly works. Yeah, there's the weekly. So there's your 220 area. 214 was 50%. 225 would be 68. That would be ideal if there's another $8 in this. So that's a wrap. I have an interview with Peter Goodburn tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. EST. Peter's an Elliottician, called the top at 6,100. It's been really on top of currency moves, and he has eventually looking for 7,400, I believe, S&Ps. And I believe with this kind of action, it probably takes, in his work with Elliott, probably takes a retest of those April lows off the table. So we'll see when we talk to Peter tomorrow. Adios,